tunampongeza rais wetu Magufuli, wa Tanzania jamani, wa Tanzania wote jamaa, tunampongeza rais wetu Magufuli, kura umetuletea ndugu wa Tanzania, kina baba kina mama mbali, tumshangilie rais wetu.
Oh my God, I didn't know how I would spend 90 days traveling through Tanzania. I didn't have like a firm plan where I would go, how long I would stay where, what I wanted to see. But I was like, okay, let's just do it. Let's head over and see what happens. So on this episode of Across All Borders Going East, I bring you 90-day safari through Tanzania, my highlights. I could hardly believe 5 days before the 90 days mark that I had been that long in Tanzania, because the time went in so fast, smoothly, that I wasn't taking into consideration I had spent so much time in Tanzania. I would like to take you through my journey through Tanzania, talk about some things that may be helpful for you on your trip, to know things like language, money, getting around, and then show you the places I got to see, my highlights, and maybe it inspires you for your own trip. I did quite a number of research to see where best to start, but to be honest, I'm a big city girl and I need to get my bearings first, and the big city kind of like calms me down. So we're going to start talking about the 4 biggest cities in Tanzania. Number 1 is Dar es Salaam, where I really spent quite a number of my days in. And following Dar es Salaam is Mwanza, also fondly known as Rock City. You will see why if you visit Mwanza. The landscape is amazing, how the buildings are between rocks, and it's just beautiful. You have to see it. And after Mwanza is Arusha. I love Arusha. People call Arusha the gateway to the Northern Circuit Safari. It's absolutely a lovely city, and I was happy to have spent the number of days that I spent in Arusha. So guys, this is Mount Meru Hotel. I've heard the pool is beautiful, and it is beautiful. So if you have time and you're in Arusha, you better come here and swim. After Arusha, you have Dodoma. Dodoma is the capital. I've never been to Dodoma, so I really don't know what you can do in Dodoma. So that's it, the 4 largest city in Tanzania. When it comes to getting around in Tanzania, you can literally use road transport. By that, I mean you can drive yourself. You can take buses, intercity buses. You can take the train. The train, there are 2 companies operating. The first one is the Tanzanian Rail Corporation, and the second one is a train corporation between Tanzania and Zambia. I think it's called Tartazan, I'm not sure. That one really just does the southern region, because the train goes to Zambia, and Mbeya, and that part of it shares the border with Zambia. So that's it. And then you've got, of course, the waterways and the airways. I flew twice in country using Precision, Air Precision, and Air Tanzania. So that's it about getting around between different cities and states in Tanzania. So what are the other things I think you should know? First and foremost, a language. In Tanzania, the official language is Swahili, meaning quite a lot of people don't speak English, especially if you're going to travel by public transport, the local buses. Maybe that they don't speak English, so it is useful to know some words if you are going to be up and about in Tanzania. So the few words I've learned so far is basically how to say good morning or hello, how to say thank you, some numbers. So for example, in the morning you can say habari. If you're going for the formal greeting, you can say habari za asubuhi. But you can also do a friendly hello, which is mambo jambo. And please note that you do not answer mambo and jambo in return, but you answer hoa. There are other forms of greetings that you may hear, like VP, Safi, and it got confusing a bit for me because I just didn't know when the greeting ended and when it started. But it's cool. It's really cool to walk along the streets and, you know, greet everyone that you see. One thing you will note is that the children do not say habari to you, or mambo or jambo. They say shikamoa, and that is a form of greeting used for someone older than yourself. It shows a form of respect. That means you yourself can use it for elderly people as well. When the kids say to you shikamoa, you can answer marhaba or salama. So you can see there are some Arabic influences in the language Swahili, a couple. So that's it for, you know, greetings. When it comes to numbers, which is very important because you have to pay for things, the numbers I've picked up are like 500, 1000, 2000, 3000, and yeah, I think that's about it. And 500 is 500, 1000 is 1000, 2000 is 2000, 3000 is 3000. Don't ask me why these numbers, but I think literally everything you buy in the market, they're roughly about this price, so you will hear the number all the time if you went to the market or if you took buses. With the buses, it's kind of tricky because sometimes they're 400 or 200 and I don't know what that is, so I'm always like, you know, but it's easy to pick up these numbers. So that's it with the numbers. Other words that I've learned are things like karibu, which means welcome. So when people notice that you are a foreigner or you're not from Tanzania, they will often say to you karibu, which means welcome. In this case, you answer asante, which is thank you, or asante sana, which is thank you very much. Rafiki means friend. It is the name of the baboon or the monkey in Lion King, but it does mean friend. And did you know that Simba actually means lion in Swahili? I didn't know that before I came. But so these are some of the words I've learned. Other words that I've learned are like avocado, parachichi, because I love avocado. Ndizi, which is banana or plantain. And then you have nanas, which is pineapple. You also have words like shingapi, which means how much. Or you have nakupenda, which means I like. No, I love. Nakupenda, I love. So yeah, so those are the talking about, you know, language and the formal language in Tanzania. Next thing I want to talk about is money. The official currency or the main currency in Tanzania is shillings, and another currency that plays sort of a major role in Tanzania is the US dollars, because sometimes in restaurants and hotels they will tell you the prices in USD, so it is good for you to know the current exchange rate so you can give the equivalent in shillings if you have shillings, or pay in dollars if you already have dollars. I pay a lot in shillings because I use my credit card to withdraw money. I found that Umoja, the People's Bank, and Stanbic give the best rates in terms of the fee you pay for withdrawal. At Umoja, with your Visa card, you pay 6,000 for 6,000 shillings for every 400,000 you withdraw, and at Stanbic is 8,000. Some of the banks take up until 18,000 for every withdrawal, which I think is pretty much. If you know any other banks that do not charge any fees, please let me know. But that's it about, you know, cash and making payments. In most places you can pay, of course, with shillings, but for museums, parks, and certain government agencies or offices, you can only pay with card. So better have a Visa card that you can use and you want to use, or another MasterCard or whatever it is, credit card that you have. So that's it about money. Now let's get down to the main thing. Where did I go? And yeah, how did I get about? So I started my trip in Dar es Salaam. I did quite a bit of research, and some people said it was better to start in the north, so fly to Kilimanjaro and start the trip in Arusha and go all the way down. I needed to get my bearings, so I started in Dar es Salaam. From Dar es Salaam, I took the Kilimanjaro Express up to Arusha. I did a lot with the local buses, and in terms of the cost, tickets cost in between 10,000 to the most expensive being 44,000 shillings for one way. So from Arusha, I took the bus to Moshi, from Moshi to Mwanza, and from Mwanza I wanted to go to Lushoto, but the distance was crazy. It was like 28 hours or something. I was like, nope. So I flew to Arusha, and then from Arusha I took the bus to Lushoto, from Lushoto to Magoroto, from Magoroto back to Dar, and then from Dar with the ferry to Zanzibar. From Zanzibar back again to Dar, and then from Dar to Mbeya. And then from Mbeya I wanted to see some hippos, because I didn't see a lot of hippos. I didn't see them out of the water. I didn't see them moving about in the national parks I went. So I went to Katavi National Park, which wasn't far from Mbeya. So the larger city, or the largest city close to Katavi, is Mpanda. So if you're not going to sleep in Katavi, which has a couple of lodges around it, and inside the park, really expensive ones, you can stay in Mpanda. So I stayed one night or 2 nights in Mpanda after the safari. From Mpanda, I went to Kigoma because it wasn't supposed to be far, and I could get a chance of seeing Lake Tanganyika, which is absolutely beautiful. And you can do a boat cruise. You can actually go from there to Congo if you wanted. But the bus ride took longer than it should have because the road wasn't good, but it was still cool to see, you know, the surrounding and to get to Kigoma. In terms of where to stay, I did a lot of Airbnb, and if I couldn't get a place through Airbnb, then I did booking.com, or I just walked in. So that's the way it worked. So for Dar es Salaam, Arusha, Mwanza, Moshi, and one day in Zanzibar, I did Airbnb. For the rest of the places I went to, I either had people recommend hotels to me, or I actually used booking.com. It was good. I like the Airbnb aspect of it because then you can make food and stuff like that, and it just doesn't feel like, I mean, for a long-term traveler, it just makes a difference if you're not always in kind of like a hotel room, especially if it's not that cheap. So whilst I was in Kigoma, I had like literally 5 days left on my visa, and I was like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna stay longer? What are we gonna do? And I decided I wanted to go back to Dar es Salaam, because whatever I decided, my exit point is from Dar es Salaam as of you know, my original booking. So I spent 2 nights in Kigoma, and then I headed back to Dar es Salaam. So that was literally my travel route through Tanzania. But now let's talk about my highlights. Where did I go? What did I like? I hope it kind of like inspires you. If you see something you like, let me know in the comments. If you got any questions, drop it. I'll try to answer it. And if there are places you've been to, I haven't been to, because for example, I haven't been to Mikumi, I haven't been to Selu, I haven't been to Kilwa, I haven't been to Mafia Island. If you've been to some of these places and you're like, Liz, you gotta go, please let me know. But now, let's enjoy my highlights in the 90 days through Tanzania. Well done, thank you.
Thank you.
This every day.
We
right?
use this every day, every time.
What about
The time of rain season? Yeah, we use this because we put inside.
Nice. Country.
Ikungulume, Magufuli engungulume, alehela, Magufuli engungulume, Ikungulume, Magufuli engungulume, alehela, Magufuli engungulume, Tanzania, Magufuli ikungulume. Alehela, Magufuli ikungulume. Afrika, Magufuli ikungulume. Alehela, Magufuli ikungulume. Ikungulume, Magufuli ikungulume. Alehela, Magufuli ikungulume. Ikungulume, Magufuli ikungulume. Alehela, Magufuli ikungulume. Ulaya, Magufuli ikungulume. Alehela, Magufuli ikungulume. Amerika, Magufuli ikungulume. Alehela, Magufuli ikungulume. Ikungulume, Magufuli ikungulume. Alehela, Magufuli ikungulume. Ikungulume, Magufuli ikungulume. Alehela, Magufuli ikungulume. Oh, Magufuli ikungulume.
One of my favorite ice cream guys right here. Both of them.
Alehela.
And there is a particular ice cream that you need to try if you are in Zanzibar. That is Waju.
Alehela, oh, ikungulume, oh, alehela, oh, idikimata ikungulume, oh, alehela, oh, jerimuro ikungulume, oh, alehela. Badoko bane yenene ngulume ya Afrika gokong hoshe kahiraga gokong yemeta hiraga wabeja sana makono 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 wigoria makono 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 wigoria makono tola kimaganza tola kimaganza tola kimaganza Maganza. Ndugu wa Tanzania, kwa kawaida kuku jogoo huwa anawika, lakini kuku mtetea kamwe hawiki. Asanteni sana. Makono, 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 makono. Makono mwigoria makono. Makono, makono mwigoria makono. Unataka upendwe vipio? Unataka ufanywe vipio?
I guess that's how they say hello. Guys, this is the blessing of the rain. I get this fella's just looking at us right now whilst it's raining.
Yanatatiza maisha unayofanya yanatatiza. Unataka upendwe vipio? Unataka ufanywe vipio? Ufai makanisani, ufai misikitini. Dini yako ni ipi kwetu, si binadamu we. Ufai makanisani, ufai misikitini. Dini yako ni ipi kwetu, sisi binadamu we. Unataka upendwe vipio? Unataka ufanywe ninyo? Jibu lako ni lipi kwetu sisi binadamu? Ufai makanisani, ufai misikitini, jibu lako ni lipi kwetu sisi binadamu? Ufai makanisani, ufai misikitini, dini yako ni lipi kwetu sisi binadamu? Ndugu wa Tanzania, inatupasa wakati mwingi tuenende katika mienendo iliyo mizuri. Tuvae nguo zilizo za kiheshima ili sisi tupate kuheshimiwa. Tusifanye vitu vilivyo vituko katika dunia. Inawezekana kabisa una dini yako, lakini pengine ukawa wewe ni mwabudu shetani. Sikuhukumu, ila nasema hilo ni wazo langu. Asanteni. Ufai makanisani, ufai misikitini.
Sunset at Kigoma. It's even going to get a lot more red than this. I wanted to catch it up. I hope you loved it so far. Thank you very much for joining me, yours truly, Liesel81.